understanding movement is really important from two aspects: where it comes from and where it's going. Now she's getting tired. And two, I'm just enjoying her movements. She's just talking. Now you always know positioning is good when you have speech and language. I know. The poor kids have heard so many videos of me, even when they don't see me, like they know my voice. So it's so like, I'll come in the morning and she'll be looking at me like, well, when are you going to talk to me? And because I know all of her siblings, but right now we only had the baby here this week. God bless her daddy, but the daddy's home with 5 of them. Yeah, so mommy's getting some baby time too. It's not just me. So when you're working on the pelvis, guys, I know the first comment is, I can't do it because my child moves. Well, I hope your child moves, right? That's part of life. But she's slowly thinking about sleep. I'm not worried about her positioning. I'm just checking out how her pelvis moves. I'm really excited. Did you see my new pelvis? If you go over to movement lesson, you can see my pelvis. Our great daddy, Jarrett, put that together for me. I was working on it with Terry, but having time around here sometimes to do these kind of things is just not opportune. No, it is not. So now I've taught you before, yes, her best toy is my face. You know, whoever's working with you, you know, you really have that. If your baby just doesn't have that interactions, I'm not saying you always have to run to an ophthalmologist. However, you want to keep an eye on that. One of the things that again, if you haven't got the book yet, guys, go watch my webinar. I'm coming out with it, birth to 3 months, you know, warning signs and positive development in 5 different categories. No one's had such an extensive view of that. But again, she's not looking at me right now, but the way that she's looking at me, I'm not concerned for her development. She's already going into mild convergence. Her visual quality is still a little bit sporadic, meaning her eyes kind of dart around. She won't be at tracking yet because that happens about 10 and a half to 12 months where the eyes can separate from the head. But she'll start to go into follow, you know, more so if I give her some kind, there she goes, see, she's following. But for the most part, you'll see her eyes just go around a little bit sporadic, right? I know. Her language is totally developing. But she loves my face. She thinks it's funny. So do a lot of people. Why wouldn't I use it? Oh my gosh, that little girl. She had surgery last week, so I hope she's okay. But if I just did this, oh, she would just laugh and laugh and laugh. Your auntie is here again. Yeah, Miss Amy. Miss Amy's here. And that means Grandma's watching you too. I know, that's what Grandma's watching her. Now, what I'm doing here this whole time that I'm talking, I have a nice midline crossing through this knee, not so much on the right. And again, is she developing? Is she, quote, just fine? Of course she's just fine. Now I'm countering. This is stuff I teach in segment 1. And I'm just working around, playing with her. I know. Now, I was going to say, notice her talking is as much on the right side. Now, if I go on this side, she talks more. Let's see if she'll do it. Babies don't work on cue. What? There she's trying to engage her push-pull milestones. That's not to be confused with Moro. Moro's long gone for her. Right? She's getting ready for her momentum stuff. I know, and I play with it. There she goes. And that's much nicer. See that knee cross midline? And now she's starting to kick more. Oh, look at those. You got feet. Whose feet are those? But see how I'm just... water bowl technique. You learn this in a lot of your simple courses or your big courses. Now, I've assessed her from the second I've touched her, but all I'm doing, guys, is just playing with the way she initiates movements. Can I stimulate the movement? Can I enhance it? See, look what I do with her vision. Now, she's not ready for complex curves yet, but I still don't want her to be where she's a little stiff or unorganized. Why wouldn't I offer it? I might come over here, and again, working on that S curve versus a C curve. Don't confuse that too with a lot of people go into this uncurling of fetal development. I don't go there. And I should be able to just float her pelvis where her feet want to come up and her feet want to come down. Again, notice my momentum. It's just as smooth, the same speed here and here, but her feet aren't falling. Do you see that? She's just interacting around me. And this is where I call that absolute horizon. She's just going around my hand and the pelvis. And she's just using me as a play tool. Ah. Now, she can't purposely control me just yet. But she's learning. She thinks it's fun. But what a way to work on your rotational midlines. There she goes. See how nice that is? See, but look, every toe is cross midline, guys. Every knee, the tibia, the fibia, I mean, it's all there. Femur, if you want to go there, the iliac crest. See, I can do that. But at the same time, too, I can sit there and work on just what I think is vision. I'm over here, and I'm just looking for zygomatics to cross midline. Just using my gaze. Movement lesson can be pretty darn advanced, but it can also be so simple. You will just see me using the same techniques all the time, right? I'm just a really good troubleshooter. If someone has just a little glitch in their system, man, I'll find it. I'm like the Sherlock Holmes. And that's what makes me, again, a movement specialist. Because again, I'm just looking at movement. With a diagnosis sometimes and without one. Who cares? What? Everybody can move better. And she's now getting tired, and I'm going to let her go. What?